Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So here I'm coming up with a small tutorial on Arnold rendering over here. So we'll be going through some Arnold materials, that's for the basic materials. We'll be rendering using the Arnold render engine over here. So let's get started. So on Viewers Demand I'm creating this tutorial over here. So let's first go into rendering, render setup. Let's activate this Arnold over here. Arnold renderer. Let's go into this, make it HD, force two-sided. After that, let's just take a plane over here, press M, go into material editor, and let's go into this Arnold. I can just off all of this, and we can take a standard surface in this Arnold material. Let's take a standard surface over here. After you open it, let's go into this base color. We have a base color that's white, which is defined. Let's click on this, go into the bitmap over here, and let's assign a texture over here. So what I'll do is I'll just assign a texture over here, go into this, and let's give the tiling and just assign it, and let's rename it as floor over here, and let's just see how it looks like. Okay, so let's just take a teapot over here, again go into the material, and let's again take a standard surface, go into this, let's just assign a color over here, and if you want to work with some reflectiveness, let's go into this. You have this specular parameter over here. You can work with the specular. If you want to change the color of the specular, you can change the color of the specular. Also you have an option that is metalness. Let's increase this metalness over here, so I can make it fully reflective if you require it. You have internal reflections. You can on this, and let's just assign this over here, and let's render and see how it looks like. You can see it's totally reflective over here. Again I'll go into this and I'll reduce the metallic reflections, and let's render and see how it looks like. Much better. After that, let's go into rendering, render setup. Into that, let's open the render setup. Go into this Arnold renderer. So very first of all, I'll just go down. I'll go into this filter. Let's make it as Catmull room over here. Open environment settings. If you want the background, let's take a background over here. I'll just take a HDRI map over here into this, and if you want physical based advanced, you can go with that. Let's go down, scene, custom Arnold shader. If you want, you can just keep it as custom Arnold shader. Let's just render and see how it looks like. It's not showing over here. You can just keep to scene environment. It's going to show you the scene environment in the background over here. After that, I'll just make one more copy of it. Again go into the material, take again a standard surface. Into that, if I give a black color, it's going to be black over here. Let's go down. You also have some properties into this. Let's go into this. We have some properties of anisotropy, that is for the metal. If you require, you can assign some anisotropy properties over here. Let's render and see again. Go again into the material. I'll take a second material for this. I'll just assign it. Go into the material editor. We have specular, your roughness. If you make the indirect, just try to render it, how it looks like. Okay. It's very normal. Not much reflections over here. So for glass, what we'll do over here is like, go into this material over here. Let's make the base color as 0 over here. Make it black. Your specular will keep it as 1. And your IOR, I'll keep it as 1.55. Let's go down. We have a parameter for transparency. So let's go down. We have a parameter for transparency. Open a transparency parameter over here. So you have base, specular, anisotropy, subsurface, okay, that's not a glass. We have just opacity. Let's again make it black over here. So I'll just select this. I'll go into this transmission and I'll make it as 1 over here. So now let's render and see how it looks like. So we have achieved this glass over here, the glass shader. Again, let's go into this material editor. So what we have done over here is like, the base, we have base color, we have kept it as black over here. IOR, I keep it as 1.5. If you want to increase it, you can increase that also, not a problem. Let's render it again. More the IOR, more the thickness of a glass can be defined over here. After that, again, let's take one more. Color over here. So now what I can do is like, I can assign few of the properties over here into this. So let's again go into the material. Let's take a standard surface. We can rename this. We can just rename this as glass over here. So let's go over here. Let's go into the base color. I'll just assign a color over here. And let's click OK over here. We have some metalness over here. We can go with that. We can keep it as 1 over here. We can change this RGB values over here, or we can just make it as more towards brownish part. Go into this metalness. So behaves like a metal over here, it's shown over here. You can also go with the specular stuff over here. Let's click OK over here. Okay, so let's just check how it looks like. It's very reflective. Alright, let's just reset it. Just reset this. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So that's what we have gone into this, some basics of Arnold materials. So thanks for watching this tutorial.